Welcome back, all you Fabricans and Fleshbags, to the super, not funny show reviews. And today, Lottie and I are going to be reviewing The Last of Us, episode one, and it's coming to you from HBO and HBO Max. So, what do we think about it, and should you be watching? Before we get into the review, get down there, hit the like on this video. Well, Lottie, you know what? People are always saying that just video game movies and whatever adaptations just suck. There's no way they can ever be good. They just can't figure it out. They can't crack the code. But then we got Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and 2. Those are pretty good. But then we heard last year that they were going to adapt The Last of Us, which is a pretty well acclaimed video game that I've never played, but it's basically about zombies and whatever, right? So it finally came out yesterday. We finally got to see the results that starring Pedro Pascal as the main character Joel, um, and it's a gritty and high budget version of this show. So again, I don't know anything about it. Lottie, you are the super gamer, and you've played this game multiple times apparently. So I think we have some good perspectives on this. So, uh, but I'm gonna ask you, as a gamer that has played this before, was this what you were expecting? Uh, did it deliver for you?
Yeah, it was good. It was good. I don't want to go too much into my things because there's some things I do want to mention that I found not it's not bad. It's just that I want to see what they're going to do because I played the games and there's certain things that they changed that leaves me a little like, I wonder how they're going to do that. But I think best thing for is for you to go first because this is
Okay,
your first, you know.
right. Yeah, and I want to also just let you know. Yeah, I've never played this game, but man, I'm on or in nerd circles enough to know more or less. I know how the game is supposed to end, and I know that there's a part two and everything like that. So I have some general idea about what it's about. That said, I fucking love this show. Like it's let me say, the first like 20 minutes of the show had me so stressed. This like every the day of the zombie apocalypse should always scare you. It should always put you on edge, right? It should just be like, what the hell's going on, right? There's what's happening, and I was just so stressed watching Sarah, Joel's daughter. Just kind of we're following her around, and I'm just thinking like, man, when is this zombie stuff about to pop off? And I'll be like, they better not mess with her. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, there's no way she's not gonna die. That's all I could think. And just going through that whole thing with her, and I'm just like, man, I like her character, and to see what happens, oh man, it's crazy. I like the little bit of zombie action we did get to see was very interesting. Like it's a little reminds me a bit of 28 Days Later, but a little more insect like, I guess. But really, what shines through here is kind of the world building, and it is so good. Um, the characters are great too, but the world building is like great because when they do a time skip, you're like, what does the world look like 20 years later after this horrible outbreak happens and people are just kind of driven to the edge of extinction? And surprise, it's a authoritarian fascist state. That's and people trying to kind of survive through it. And I really like the way that all looked and played out. Um, Even with like the whole freedom fighters thing and all that stuff going on. And I really liked Ellie, the character Ellie. She's a foul mouthed little, spitfire. I liked her. I like Joel just kind of being like, you know, there's a an edge to him that kind of like makes me think, Like, why is this dude terrified of Joel? And I'm like, I know we're gonna find out, and then we sort of find out later on, what he can do. And then there's like a bunch of mystery into it. Like, where are they trying to take this girl? What do they want with her? What's happened to Joel's brother? What happened in these 20 years that we didn't see, that led him to be who he is, and like what's life like outside of that city. So there's a lot going on in it that's really nice and really interesting. And I think they nailed all of the characters. I already give a shit about. I gave a shit about Sarah and damn them for doing that, and then I give a shit about Joel and what he's got going on, and I care about Ellie, and that's what's supposed to happen. So they nailed it, in my opinion. I can't wait for the next episode.
Yep. So I'm gonna tell you this from the gamer perspective. Just to let you know, in The Last of Us, that beginning sequence, you're playing that through Sarah's perspective.
Mm.
So they definitely trick you. You think the main character is Sarah.
Yeah,
You know what
well,
I mean?
I mean, I knew she wasn't, because again, I know something about the game, but
But when you
I
first
didn't
play
know,
it,
I honestly didn't know anything about this character at all, and I
oh
knew
yeah,
nothing.
yeah. Well, when like you first play Last of Us, like when it first came out, you think the main character is Sarah because you play that whole first sequence. You're playing as Sarah. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
She's witnessing all of this stuff happen. You know what I mean? And of course, she died. And they pretty much almost went directly upon the game. They went a little bit over the top with the plane going in,
That
which
was
I
dope.
don't mind.
Which was
That was
dope.
dope, which was
That
cool.
was
I
dope.
like that. I like that because there was probably what was going on. The reason why that plane probably crashed, there was probably somebody infected on there going ham, and
Yeah.
they started spreading it. So okay, this is where the little part of like when we go to the future. I loved how they did a great job of representing what that place looked like. It looked almost exactly like how it looked in the game. It was just this, like you said, it's the totalitarian future where the military runs everything, and of course you see there are some people that are good in the military. There are some people that are pieces of shit, and then there are the people that will work with the people in there because they have something that they want, and that is directly how it is in the game. You know what I mean? The only thing that the only thing that I wish they did, they glossed over the underbelly of that way too quickly. Because I'm telling you right now, it's kind of that's it. You know what I mean? They kind of glossed over the underbelly of living in a encampment. You know what I mean? Because
Hmm.
you know that person in the part where they stole
The
he
battery.
sold the battery. That's a whole mission in the game. He
Right.
died off screen in the TV show. I can understand because they want to hurry up and get to the open world part. I can understand that. So and here's another thing: like in the TV show, Joel is looking for his brother. In the game, he doesn't give two shits about his brother.
Mm.
Actually, him and his brother hate each other guts after during the 20-year time skip. I'm not going to tell you what happens because it might show up why his brother and him are probably no longer together, but they don't see eye to eye in the game. In the
Yeah.
movie, in the TV show, they're showing that he actually cares about his brother. He still
But
cares about his
he's
brother.
mad. He's bothered by him too because he joined the Fireflies. Like,
Oh yeah, yeah,
essentially.
yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, he kind of alluded to that too. What's the name of what is the woman that
Marlo.
he's that's the woman
Oh,
that he's rolling
Tess.
with, Tess?
Tess.
Yeah, she seems. First of all, I recognize the actor from another show that I really like that she's on, called Mindhunter. But she was great.
Yeah, Tess.
My God, I liked her character. I can't.
Tess is spot on from they didn't
She
change her at
looks
all.
like tough as shoe leather. Like, I can tell she don't take crap from nobody. So
Yeah,
I can't wait to see. And also the leader of the Fireflies, I thought she was really cool. Like,
yeah.
I thought her interaction with Ellie was really good.
So here's the thing where they divert her from the two characters because they're not going to talk about it. You're not because that part is gone. Marlo in the video game is basically uh um Ellie's mom. Basically, it's her mom.
Hmm.
I'll say more like stepmom or not even stepmom, godmom. Her Marlo was best friends with Ellie's mom, and she promised the mom that she'll protect her. In this iteration of Marlo, she's a lot more ruthless with Ellie. Like Marlo in the video games will never have done that to Ellie, tied her up and had her on chain. She would never do that, even though the whole thing about her like not trusting that she'll change, she would have never tied her up like that. You know what
Right.
I mean?
Hmm.
That they're going with a more like bloodthirsty Marlo, and I know why they're doing that, and I know why they're doing it, and I cannot tell you until the show's over.
Okay.
I know why they're doing it. I can tell you. I mean I know why, but I can't tell you why. But I'm wondering how the dynamics are going to be because I can't wait. Because man, they're going into the open a lot faster. I thought it would be like episode 2 or 3 before they go into the open world. They're going into the open world quite quickly. Like, and here's another thing that is kind of I'm not 100% sure. They nerfed the fungus. And I say
Yeah.
they nerfed it because it's supposed to infect you by just breathing in the spores.
Right.
Like the part where she saw the thing and she turned around, I was like, oh, she's dead. I was like, oh, they're about to kill her off this early. I was like, oh, they're not putting on a mask. Oh, I guess they didn't want to have them put on masks too much. You know what I mean? Maybe.
Yeah. That makes. I mean, I think that makes sense to sort of make it a little more believable that there's so many people. Because I feel like I had heard that it was a very bleak future, and there I was like, there sure are a lot of damn people in this place for this being like a terrible, you know, post-apocalyptic situation where like a lot of people are dead. Like it sure is a lot of y'all in this damn town.
Yeah.
And so maybe the spores aren't as virulent or whatever.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I think it's fine because yeah, you're right.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
You don't want people masked up all day.
Yeah.
Takes away from the acting. So
Yeah, because anytime they're underground, you got to put on a mask. So
yeah,
I can see why I could kind of see why they wouldn't want them to put on masks too much. But yeah, the show looks good. The show looks good. The guy who's playing Joel, like, I mean, there was times that I'm thinking I'm looking at a cut. I'm thinking I'm looking at the cutscene of the game because he's doing exactly and talking like the part where he's like on the thing. He said, "I'm killing time," and he's like, and she was like, "What am I supposed to do?" I'm sure you'll figure it out. That is exactly word for word the way the scene was in the video game. Exactly
hmm,
like it. And they did well, Neil Druckmann is the one who's overseeing the show. So of course, and plus we've talked about this. Sony really, really wants to create their own cinematic universe.
hmm,
They're very serious about it. So I'm excited. If this is like the taste of what Sony can do if they take this stuff seriously, man, that God of War show that's coming on Amazon might be a little spicy.
yeah. I mean I think for good this is a good first episode. And in fact, I'll say a great first episode. This is how you get people involved. You hear that, Velma? This is how you get people involved. Into your show. So. All right, well, those are our thoughts on the show. What do you guys think about it? What do you think about what we had to say? Get down to the comment section. Let us know your thoughts. Of course, you can always hit us up, supernotfunnyshow@gmail.com or at supernotfunnys1 on Twitter. And do us a favor, get down there, hit like on this video, subscribe, notification bell, all that good stuff. Helps with the algorithm so more people can see these videos. All right, all you Fabricants and Fleshbags, thanks for joining us. Come back next week. We're going to review episode 2 of The Last of Us. Until then, I've been Mo Pay, your resident fabricant and comic extraordinaire on all things pop culture, joined by the anime expert, video game designer, and lover of all things superhero, my good friend Lottie. We'll see you guys on the other side of the thread. Peace.
Peace.